So let's wait for about 3 minutes. Oke, halo semuanya. Ketemu lagi di channel Cloud Engineering with Imbre, bareng gue Imbre. Dan siang ini kita akan melakukan hal yang udah lama nggak kita lakuin, yaitu kita ngelakuin mock coding interview. Dan kebetulan hari ini guestnya spesial. Dari judulnya teman-teman mungkin udah bisa lihat guestnya siapa. Jadi kita akan ngobrol bareng, bukan ngobrol, kita akan mock interview salah satu siswa kelas 6 SD di Singapura. Dan kita akan melakukan coding interview yang biasanya gue lakukan ke fresh grade atau junior engineer. Jadi kita akan lihat apakah dia nanti bisa melewati interview ini dengan baik, dan kita akan lihat. Tapi sebelum ke sana, gue pengen ngasih tahu dulu bahwa Discord linknya udah dibuka lagi. Silakan teman-teman yang ingin join server Republic Cloud Engineer. Namanya gue ganti. Sebelumnya Cloud Engineering with Imre, sekarang gue ganti jadi Republic Cloud. Jadi linknya ada di deskripsi, silahkan join. Nah, sekarang kita akan panggilkan dulu guestnya. Kita akan ngobrol-ngobrol bentar sebelum kita mulai live streaming. Oke, sorry. Gue akan baca dulu komen-komen nih. Udah banyak, ada sekitar 68 orang yang datang. Biasanya yang datang live streaming akhir pekan itu mungkin sekitar 30 itu udah banyak. Tapi hari ini kita kedatangan 70 orang yang pengen melihat bagaimana mock interview kita kali ini. That's okay. Let's join all of the speakers. Oke, jadi kita udah kedatangan semuanya. Jadi ada Dzuizz dan ada Mas Ainun. Jadi halo Dzuizz, halo Mas Ainun.
Halo, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. So thank you everyone for joining this session. So before we start, I think Dzuizz, let's introduce yourself.
I am a student in Singapore, currently studying in Madrasah Irsyad Zuhriya Al Islamiyah, and I am in this mock interview.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. So I think there are funny things that people tell to me. So they said that, okay, if Dzuizz can pass this interview, I'm gonna be more insecure about myself. So that's what they said. Okay, so yeah, so everyone, we are going to do mock interview with Dzuizz. We're gonna do a coding interview for entry level, like junior or fresh grad. And yeah, as you already see, there is also Mas Ainun here. Mas Ainun is a father of Dzuizz. So hello Mas Ainun.
Halo, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Hello Mas Ainun. I have a question. So how you uh, find the talent from Dzuizz? How did you capture that? I think we already discussed it on the Discord, not Discord, on podcast. But I think it will be better if other people can also learn from you.
Yes. Yeah, discover is the right word ya,
Yeah.
because talent is not something that we find, tapi it's actually inside of each of us. Jadi yang penting itu kita mencari ya, menemukan, discover apa sih sebetulnya tiap-tiap kita itu keunikan dan kemampuan kita. Saya suka sekali saya lupa salah satu tokoh internasional yang dia bilang bahwa setiap manusia itu punya potensi untuk menjadi the best person on earth on something. The best person on earth on something yang unique and specifically him or her. Gitu. Nah, itu tugas kita untuk mencari itu. Kalau kita bisa menemukan saya ini uniknya apa sih gitu. Saya juga masih mencari. Ya, mungkin sementara ini tekis yang berpeci dan deso dan orang tua orang Indonesia, diaspora, mungkin seperti itu, kombinasi dari itu semua lah ya. Tapi ya I'm still in that journey also. Dan alhamdulillah untuk Dzuizz sejak awal memang sudah agak kelihatan itu ceruk atau gunung yang sepertinya cepat sekali dia bisa naik, itu gunung yang sekitaran logik, matematik, terus dalam konteks ini berarti programming, coding, dan kebetulan itu align juga dengan minatnya dia. He loves doing it. So he loves to do coding. Bahkan saya sekarang itu sedang struggling, saya sama istri sedang struggling gimana caranya dia itu stop coding, right? Stop coding untuk belajar karena mau ujian. Dia mesti belajar science, Malay, sama English gitu. Kalau matematiknya mungkin udah lumayan oke gitu.
Okay.
Tapi itu kita yang kesulitan. Jadi kita justru harus ngerem saking minatnya. Tapi ya alhamdulillah. Nah, cara menemukannya kita sempat bahas di podcast. Nanti mungkin dikasih aja linknya ya. Imre di channelnya Imre ini juga. Jadi ala-ala machine learning sebetulnya. Kita nyoba berbagai hal, kita nyoba semua search space kita cobain. Nanti mana yang anjloknya paling cepat. Tapi kalau dalam konteks ini berarti naiknya ya. Naiknya paling cepat gitu. Wah, ini kayaknya gunung yang tertinggi karena kita cobain dikit aja naiknya tinggi banget. Coba maju lagi dikit naiknya tinggi lagi. Oh, terusin aja sampai puncak gitu. Tapi kadang-kadang loh kok susah ya naiknya nggak udah dicoba seminggu kok naiknya progresnya lambat. Oh, mungkin bukan itu gunungnya dia. Cari yang lain. Mungkin dicari kalau awalnya nyoba coding, mungkin dicari arts seni, mungkin dicari bela diri, mungkin dicari olahraga, mungkin dicari bahasa, mungkin dicari conversation, interpersonal relationship dan seterusnya. Jadi dicoba aja semua. Itu tipsnya ya mungkin ya. Dan setiap anak berbeda-beda. Kebetulan untuk Dzuizz ini sepertinya di sini. Itu pun kita belum tahu karena perjalanan masih jauh.
Perjalanan masih panjang. Jadi Dzuizz, do you want to show your t-shirt?
Yeah, let's show the t-shirt first. Yeah.
I have that t-shirt. So there's a funny story. I think waktu itu nge-tweet ya Mas Ainun ya. Itu aku udah nggak bisa lagi pakai baju itu karena udah sempit. Dan Mas Ainun reply, why do you think Dzuizz is using that one?
Iya.
Okay. Okay, I think let's start. Let's start. Let's change the view. Thank you Mas Ainun for the explanation. I hope that everyone will get inspired and then they can start do something good for their children as well. So yeah, I think Dzuizz, are you ready?
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, so let's change the view. Okay, so here we go. So let's start. Hello Dzuizz, thank you for coming to this coding interview session. So I am Imre. I'm currently working as software engineer in a payment company. And then today what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you one or more problem statement related to coding and math. I already picked specific problems. And then after that we will try to solve it together and see how how far can we go? And then, yeah, before we start, why don't you introduce yourself once again?
What is there to introduce?
Yeah, imagine this is an interview where you ask about, uh, can you tell me something about yourself, something like that.
I am a student in Madrasah Irsyad Zuhri Al Islamiyah in Singapore, and I am currently living in Bukit Batok.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Dzuizz. So before we start the coding interview, there's one question that I would like to ask. So, can you please explain to me probably several things that you learn about coding? Probably you can mention about how many data structure that you already learn and how is it about? Can you explain it to me?
Um,
You can pick any of them.
Explain what I learned.
Yeah, something that probably most interesting for you.
I learned segment 3.
Uh, yeah, can you please explain to me what is segmentary?
Segment 3 is a data structure that can be easily modified while also being able to give queries of a range effectively.
Okay, so what is it? How is it different with other type of tree?
Segment 3 cuts everything in half.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Thank you for explaining that. So let me change the view first. So I think everyone should be able to see my screen right now, and then this is um, the coding screen that we're gonna use. So today you are going to use C++, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I already prepared several questions. The first question that I prepared is actually the questions that I got when I interview for the first time. So I think it's very simple. It's a math problem actually typically. So let me put it on the comment. So the problem statement is you will be given a number. So let's say you will be given n. N might be anything. It might be 1, 2, 3, and so on. Let's say I put it here as a 10. Okay. So n is 10. You will be given n. So what you need to do is you need to print out 10 uh, 10 element or 10 number or 10 string, uh, which has this kind of format. Let me type it. Wait, let me type it first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, star, and then 8, 9, star, 11, star, and so on. So let's say because right here I give it 10, right? So it should be stopped in here. So you should print out a 1 star, 3, 4 star, 6 star, 8, 9 star. If I put it as 12, let's say, it's going to be 11 and also, sorry, another star. Okay, does it make sense? Do you get
No.
idea? Do you get idea how to print out this string? So I will give you an n. So let's say n could be anything from 1 to let's say 100, 200 or 300. But in this case, we will just use small number of n, probably at max 12, but it can be 15, 16, 17. But what you need to do is by using this number, you print this string.
Oh. I'm thinking that it's a number and then a times, a multiplication, an asterisk, and then two numbers, and
Oh,
then a
no, no.
multiplication.
No, it's a string. It's just a string that you print. So something like if you iterate from 1 to 10, right? For every iteration, you print 1, 2, 3, 4 until 10. But in this case, when it is 2, you print star. And then when it's supposed to be 5, you print star and so on.
Oh. How is 2 and 5 related to 12?
How? If I tell you, it's going to be the solution. So how do you think that this pattern will looks like?
1 times 3, 4 times 6 times 8, 9 times 11 times 12, 13 times 4 times 15 times 17, 18. Is it like that?
Not really. So let's take more example, okay? If it's 13, and I think after that, let me see. I typically just use sample until 12. Yeah. And then 14, and after that star, and after that 16, and after that
Star.
star. Yeah, star, and so on. And 7, not 18, 19, star.
Ah, so it's one number, then a star, then two numbers, then a star, then one number, then a star, then two numbers, then a star in a specific order. Is it?
Looks like it. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's try with that first. What do you think? How should we do it by code?
Uh, let's see in n first. Then we look through,
Mm-hmm.
or in I equals 0, I smaller than n, I plus plus. If it is, wait, 2, 5, 7. Hmm. When n is equal to 1, when I equals to 1, then we put a star. When I equals to 4, we put a star. When I equals to 6, we put a star. 1, 4, 6, 9. Maybe we have another variable, which is the location of the previous star, and we have a boolean to tell if we should have two stars, I mean two numbers, or one number next.
Okay, makes sense.
So in pref equals 0 first. This should be 0. Then the boolean, make it like f2 num equals to false first. Then when n1 with it.
Okay.
So then uh hmm, int previous number of stars. Oh wait, number of previous stars is more convenient. Number of ref. So now at first there's none. Then since there's none, and since it's an even number, then we have to have one.
Okay.
So we just put out I, then space. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then this is if num of pref is even. Then we do this. If it is odd, then that means we have to have two numbers. So we just say in
Okay. A question right there. Why do you try to use num of pref mod 2 equal to 0? What are you trying to do there?
this is the number of previous stars that were already drawn.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. This, so when currently I is equal to 3, then num of prev is 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
when n is equal to 6, then num of ref will be 2. Yeah. Then with that, we don't need the boolean because we just have to check if there are an even number of stars previously to check if we need 2 or 1.
Okay.
If num of ref mod 2 equals to 0, then we see out the number because we just need 1.
Okay.
Then check bool need star equals to what was it? Bool need star equals to false first. Then if we already put one number, then we need a star next. So we put need star equals to true.
Okay.
Then if we need a star, then we just print that if need star, then we see out the star.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then do you need to reset that?
Yeah, we do. Oh yeah. Need star equals to false. Then when num of ref is odd, that means that we need two numbers. Numbers 3 and 4, 8 and 9.
Let's try run this one first and see if we use n, let's say, equal to 5. What do you think?
5. 1, 3, 5.
Yeah. If it's
Oh,
5, it should be like this, right? But yeah, because you haven't take care of the 5, probably it will look something like this. But 4 should not be changed into star.
yep. Yeah, this seems right.
Oops, sorry, I put wrong example.
So, but then I haven't taken care of when num of ref is odd, right?
Yeah.
So 3 and 4 shouldn't even appear.
Mhm.
So it's correct. Seems right. So if it's odd, I have to check. Maybe I make another variable.
Mhm.
Number used. This is only when the previous is odd.
Okay.
So number used will become 0, and else when it's odd, we check if the number used previously was 1. Yeah. If the number used previously was 1, that means that you just have to print this and then set need start to true.
Mm.
So if number used, we can use this as boolean. If number used, then see out I, this space, and then need star equals to true. Yeah. If it's not, then num used equals to true, and you also see out the I.
Okay.
But also we have to reset num used here. So num used equals to false.
Mm.
Does this? Let's see if it's correct. Oh yeah.
Let's see.
1, 3, 4 star.
Okay, so let's try with bigger number. Probably 12 or 13.
12. 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11 star.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Try with 20.
20.
Yeah.
20.
Yes.
1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 13, 14, 16, 16, 18, 19. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's impressive. So let me try to discuss more about this approach. So how many lines that you have to write for this solution right now? It's around 28, right? 28 or 7, 25. Can we have more simpler version if we use or utilize math? What do you think? Because what you're trying to do here is that you try to do if else and if else, right? And then you
Oh,
also do nested if else condition. So what if we use, is there anything that we can use from mathematics to basically simplify this solution? What do you think? From the
mm,
pattern, what do you think?
yeah, I think so because all the stars which have the two numbers after are at equal intervals, right? And same thing for those that have one number after. So
Mm-hmm.
we can maybe split them up.
Yeah.
Mm, how do you do that?
I'm gonna give
So
you wait, because you don't ask for clue, so I'm not gonna give you clue. So the clue is we can use math to simplify this, but what kind of operator and that kind of thing, I will let
modulo.
you think. Yeah. So how is it?
Mm, well, first of all, this star, the one after six,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Yeah.
is found at every multiple. Wait, no, it's not.
Multiple what? Sorry.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Six. One, two. Oh, wait. We can split them up to a number, a star, two numbers, a star, because that is something that happens all the time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we can use that.
So how
So,
yeah, can you do you want to write that down? Let's comment this block and then let's write a new in main function.
oh, okay. Uh, yeah. Then for in for
You
n equal to
probably
zero.
want to start from one, right?
Zero is possible, but yeah, yes, also. When I if I mod 5 is equal to 1, then we have to print. If it's equal to 2, we don't. We print star. Oh wait, if I mod 5 equals to 2 or I mod 5 equals to
Equals to.
I equals to 0.
How did you come up with this?
Yeah, what?
How did you
How do
come
you,
up with this equation?
uh since everything is in groups of 5, we can just check the index of that number in that group of 5, in each group of 5. Using modulo, we can do that because we just need the remainder and not how many groups were there before.
Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Yeah. And then what?
So,
What next?
and since it's base 1, it's, yeah. So if it's base 1, then if the remainder is 2, we put a star. If the remainder is 0, then we also put a star because it's the last one.
Mm-hmm.
If this, then see out star space. Else see out I space. Yeah.
Let's try. Still same, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you nailed that down. Cool. Yeah. So because we still have time, so the price of doing a good job is another job. It's typically that's typically how it works, right? So I'll give you another problem. So I think you we are done with this. You already solved it. So I think that's really good. So let's go to another problem because we still have time. So let's just comment this. And then yeah. So the second problem is that let's say I have an array, right? So let's say I have an array. So I have an array. That array will be actually a number that will be splitted. Every digit will be splitted into an array. So let's say I have number uh, 1 to 3, and then the array that will be given to you is that 1, comma 2, comma 3, something like this. And then
Yep.
let's say if it's other number, let's say it's 9, so it's gonna be an array
Of just 9.
just 9. That's right. So the thing is, what you need to do is given this array, print out the new array that will be the result of if this number plus 1. So let's say I have 1 to 3, right? So, and then if I plus 1, and then the result will be 1, comma 2, wait, where is it? And comma 3. Comma 4. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes.
this is the input that you will give, and then print this kind of thing. So let's say if, so that's the problem statement. Is there anything that you would like to ask?
No.
Okay, everything is clear?
Oh, are negative numbers included?
No, we can ignore that.
Okay. So one way I think I can solve this is just do manual math. Like starting from the back, do I need to carry? If I don't need to carry, then I just print everything else.
Okay,
That
okay.
so am I given the size of the array or I just get the array
The you mean the length of the array?
length of the array?
Yeah, it's yeah, you can directly. I'm not sure about how it works in C++, but if there is a function, you can just use it to get the length of the array.
Oh. Okay. Hmm.
Oh, you need the size of the array?
Yes. Or I
Hmm.
can,
Let me check. Let me check from.
actually I can just see in a char the
Mhm.
character and then check if it's n line or not.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
let's
so.
try. Let's try.
Um, while ch not equal 9 in ch. I need a vector.
Oh wait, let's comment out my line. Yeah.
Vector of integer v. This is going to be the array. And if v is not, yeah, if v is not, wait, ah, while ch how true in ch if ch equals to uh, n line. I mean, if it's not equal to, then we add it to the vector.
Okay.
V dot push back the ch.
So you are trying to construct the array first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, from the input. Okay.
Minus 0 because it's ASCII. Mm, then while true, I get carry, bool carry because it's just add by 1. Bool carry equals to 0, and I have to read. Oh yeah, for in I equals to n minus 1, I greater than or equal to 0, I plus plus. Uh, if not carry, wait, is the last one first, right? If v n minus 1, oh wait, I need the length first.
Okay.
In n equals to v dot size.
Mhm.
If v n minus 1 is equal to 9, oh wait, yeah, if v n minus 1 is equal to 9, then we set carry equals to true,
Okay.
carry equals to true, and we print 0.
Okay.
Print 0. Out 0. Yeah. Wait, but this is backwards. Oh, this is backwards. So yeah.
Mhm.
String s. S plus equals 0. Yeah. So if there is a carry, Then we also check if vi is a 9, then we don't do anything to carry.
Okay.
We just see out 0. I mean s plus equals 0. Else s plus equal correct. No, not s plus equal. Oh, it's in integer. So s plus equal vi plus 1 whole as an integer. I custom it to integer. Yeah.
Okay.
And also set carry equals to false.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I just see out s. Anything wrong with this? Oh, yeah. While 1. 1, 2, 3.
Did you press
Doesn't
enter?
work. Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't work.
Maybe I can just, instead of taking in character by character, I can get string.
Okay. So actually, can you scroll up a bit? Sorry, I need to scroll up. So the definition of the problem is that what are given to you is actually is already a vector or array in general. So do you think that it is necessary to get the data from the uh, let's say you already you have a function, you know function in C, right? I think you already learned about it. So given that function already has a parameter which is a vector. So that means that the vector is already there, so you don't need to do any processing to get that vector itself.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So,
it will be it will simplify uh, the way you get the input. So it means that you don't need that at all.
okay. So I can just get the size too, right? Or not?
I think if you already have the vector, you can get that size after it, right?
Okay. So I can get string of the input and I loop through.
Okay.
For in I, no. For auto char, auto ch in s. Oh, this is plus 17. For in I equals to 0, I smaller than s dot size, input dot size, I plus plus. Mm, if the character, if input I is not equal to space, then we add it to the vector. V dot push back uh, input I minus 0. Yeah.
Okay.
Then should be right. Oh, wrong. Wrong input. What? Oh.
Comparison integer and sign integer.
Wait. Uh,
Comparison of
not like
integer expression. I'm not that sure. So is that a string, right?
You haven't taken the input at all.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Hmm? Warning: comparison of integer expressions of difference in the int and its name. Basic size type. For in
Let's just hard code the string. Is that possible?
Hard code.
Yeah. You actually, the array is already given, so you don't need to do anything to process it. So let's assume that the string already has its value, so you don't need to take it from the standard in for now.
So I just assume that string S has the number.
Yeah, because you're doing it this way, right? You initialize a string enp, and then that will be the one that you that store the data from the standard input, right? And
Yeah.
then yeah, actually
Okay.
I also don't mind if you just have the factor and then you just push the data manually. Like, I don't want you to spend so much time on getting the input from the terminal. So let's just for now factor v and then
Yeah.
push
So
push it manually.
Imre, this is the problem with C++. That's why in competitive programming, usually the problem statement will give you the length of the list first, because
I
in C++
see.
you cannot. In Python, you can just get everything and then the length you handle later,
Oh, you
or
know that?
other modern language. But C++
Okay.
you have to know it upfront. That's why he asked you,
I see.
can I have the size of the, yeah. So
That's
usually it's like that,
that's my
the problem
mistake then.
statement. But so it's all right.
Yeah. Thank you, Mas Ainan.
So I can have the
Yeah, you
length.
can have the length.
Okay. Thank you. So I plus plus in AI. Then I have a string and actually it's easier if I just reverse. No, it's not. Hmm. Yeah. A dot size. This doesn't matter. In. So for example, if it's what three, okay,
Mm-hmm.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4,
Mm-hmm.
then you should print something. Does it? No, it does not. Why? 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not printing anything.
Hmm.
Is that the problem with the input, or is it the problem with the algorithm?
Maybe the algorithm. Likely that one.
Mm-hmm.
3. Here.
Okay.
And again. 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. It does not.
Yeah. So it's
Hmm. Hmm. 3. Oh. What? What? In N, C in N, in A N.
yeah.
I have an array. See out here. It doesn't see out here. And N is muted already. Hmm. Okay. Does it even input N?
Let's try.
One. It doesn't. Oh, here. Okay, it does. It does. Oh wait. I think yeah. Oh, what's wrong? Infinite infinite loop.
Okay.
2. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Mm, 1, 1, 2, 3. Yep, it does not share anything. S is empty. A S plus equal this. Else S plus equal A n minus 1. Hmm. Why doesn't this work? It should be running.
Two, let's see. And
1, 2. Yeah, S is nothing.
where do you as so the expectation is should go to the first block, right?
Yep.
So let's try again.
Wait, it's actually integer. If we try again,
Can we guarantee that the input is already correct? I mean the the array that you have there already contain the correct number. Let's
let's
check from that.
see out AI with a space. Should run 1, I mean 2, 1 and 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
it
already
has the
worked.
button.
So a n minus one.
Hmm.
A one.
If A n minus 1 equals to
So
9,
it should go to the next one, right? What is your input is 2, so it's uh wait s plus a n minus 1. Okay, 9. Yeah. Okay. Check and then 4 minus 2.
There is one bug, but I don't know if it is the problem. You are, and this is not Python, right? You are appending
Yeah.
an integer into a string.
maybe the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, yeah, maybe. Let's check
926.
2, 1, and 9. Yeah, yeah, that is the problem.
Okay.
So, if we do this with char, should change something if we do 1 and 2.
No.
No?
No.
I think CHR in C. Is it CHR?
Is it? That was char.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
It's char.
Or maybe the bracket is on the CHR. Oh yeah, char. Yeah, sorry. The bracket is in char, not in the. Yeah.
So there is
Hmm.
No.
another line on line 33 where I think you need to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Line
But
33.
then,
I need to fix it.
but this one should still add to S, right?
Yeah. Let's just comment that out first.
Which
The
one?
for loop to see whether the first if else is already work as expected.
Oh, yeah, just one.
Oh, actually, I think you should just keep it integer and you add with 0. That number you add with the character 0 ASCII. You use ASCII. See what I mean?
That is 0.
Yeah. So that a n minus 1 you add.
With
Yes, and
empty,
you don't need the char bracket. No, not empty, 0.
Oh, it's 0 in C. Okay.
It's basically we are using the
Okay.
ASCII code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, C++ is quite a hassle in dealing with this kind of basic stuff.
Yep.
2, 1, 2. 1 and 2. 2. That's completely wrong. Oh, else s plus equal I. 1, 1 and 2. Eh, that's wrong. Okay. Never mind. Okay,
The input
1.
is wrong. The input is wrong. So it's supposed to be
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 with a space separated.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Eh, that's
So it should
wrong.
be
Wait, what?
1, 1, 2, 4, right? The output.
Oh, yeah, plus 1 plus 0. Oh, plus 1
Okay.
plus 0. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 to
Okay.
4.
Let's try with
Right.
what other input that you can think of.
9, 9, 9. 9. 0, 0. It's missing the 1.
So
If carrying s plus equal 1. Let's try it again. 4. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
okay.
8.
Let's try with probably 89.
89. Okay. 2, 8, 9. Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Mm, 2, 8, 9. 90.
Let's try one again. Probably just 9.
Just 9.
Okay.
10.
Looks good. Okay. I think I think you did it well. Uh, yeah, because I'm done. There are two problems that I already prepared, so I think I think you nailed it. Good job. Okay, cool. So before typically we can conclude this interview. So typically after I did mock interview, so I try to give several feedbacks to the candidate, right? So let me switch the screen first, and then uh, so I think from the first problem statement that you did, I think you did it well. You start from brute force, and I think that's how we should do it. Typically, in a coding interview, when you're about to join a company, and then you start with brute force, and then what you did back there was good because you were able to get the clue that I gave to you, right? So I told you that there's a simple way to do that by using math, and then you got the idea to do that, and I think it's really good. And for the second problem, I think I'm not sure whether you're already aware of uh, C++. I don't know, probably programming in general. Like typically we have something like function, right? So the
Yeah.
problem statement that I gave earlier that given a number that you already have, let's say no, given an array. In this case, it was an array, so it's array 1 comma 2 comma 3, and then that means that you already have that. You already have that. Let's say if you're using C++, or probably you already have the factor, or if I'm using Go, I already have the slice, or probably if I'm using Python, I already have the array. So it's already given. So I think uh, that's something that you have, and then something that you can use. So you don't really need to think about how to get that from the input. I understand probably you came from the competitive programming, and then you need to probably parse the input and do that kind of things. But I think in coding interview for software engineering is kind of bit different. What you need to do is the first thing is making sure about the requirement. You probably in the beginning can ask whether you already have the factor or not. So that's something that you can do instead of you try to parse it by yourself, and it will save the time to focus on more on the logic part where you try to add the carry and that kind of thing. But in general, I think what you did here was amazing. I'm actually amazed because I tried to give this problem to uh, many people actually, but not all of them can nail that problem. So I think it's really impressive. I think that's a good job. Thank you. Thank you, Dzuizz, for doing this. I hope everyone here is uh, inspired from what you did back there. Let's call Mas Ainun. Let's ask Mas Ainun to join this. Hello.
Yo,
Okay,
yo.
Mas Ainun, what do you think?
It was okay. It was good. Um, Personally, I was surprised that Dzuizz did not see the five repeating pattern in the first step. I always given this feedback to him in math Olympiad and also actually in everything. Right, his brain is too fast, which is his strength, but that moving too fast is also his weakness in the sense that if his first direction of moving is the wrong one and he's moving too fast to the wrong direction and
Okay.
he will spend a lot of time like what he did earlier, right, to then realize that hey, there's a much shortest path to my destination. So what he needs to do in everything in life is actually just take a step back, relax a bit, slow down a bit, use your brain power that is fast to try different direction first, right? And which one will be shortest path to your destination in this case. So yeah, finding that insight. So for the first problem, the insight should have been repeating five and then modulo five. It
Yeah.
would have been much faster. And for the second problem, also as you highlighted, right, requirement is to be clear first. So you don't immediately assume that I will read it just like the way I usually read it from competitive programming. So you can ask, in what format will I get this?
Yeah.
Right, and probably it's a bit tricky in C++ indeed, because it's main function, right? I mean, we could have created another function that can read the input, but yes, that was good. That was fun.
That was fun.
I was hoping to see one more problem that involves data structure and a bit of algorithm, maybe, but maybe for a future one, I guess.
Yeah, I hope
Keep it for
let,
the future
do
episode.
let's do another mock interview with seventh grader probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this what's your opinion? I would like to hear from you. What do you think?
Mm, it's my first time doing an interview, and I will have to do it later. So this is really helpful for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you will nail it. No worries. So I think it's really interesting, right? So people sometimes said that if we do coding interview, probably uh, people coming from the competitive programming background will be able to nail it down. But I think that's true on the some part. But I think there are several things that we also need to learn in terms of clarifying the problem statement and then try to ask the right questions. And I think sometimes typically if you go interview to Facebook and Google and that kind of thing, they will ask you a hard algorithm problem. And then typically my friends that coming from that background typically nail that interview. But uh, again, because what we typically do in day-to-day job is we collaborate with others, right? Uh, Actually, a lot of things, a lot of requirements coming to the engineer is ambiguous. There are a lot of ambiguity in that requirement, and then the first thing that we need to do as an engineer is try to clarify that problem. And I think if you have that kind of skill to clarify that problem, asking the right question, it will be able to help you in solving that problem so much faster. But I think for the sixth grader, I think if I do this interview for the company, I think I will just give higher. Okay, everyone,
Higher
please
tech
give
input,
a
yeah.
clap. Okay, okay. I think it's really fun. I think let's see what's the how many people watching this right now. Let's take probably one or two question. What do you think, Masainan, from the audience? Zeus?
Yeah, sure.
Can we do that?
Yep, yep.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I think there are about 167 people watching this interview. So I think that's a really good number. Uh, yeah. So everyone say that Dzuizz keren, keren. I don't know. Dzuizz, you know what keren means?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So somebody said that thinking out loud thing is so impressive. Not competitive player can nail this one. Yeah. I think not only the competitive programming participants, right? So what I typically found during the interview is if somebody is given a problem, they directly jump to the problem and then just work by themselves without telling us what they are trying to do. But actually, the interviewer here, the 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 job of the interviewer is to help you to be success during the interview. So it's not actually testing you, but what he expect or she expect is uh, how you will collaborate with each other. So I think let's wait for question. If somebody want to ask question to Dzuizz or probably Mas Ainun, let's wait. Okay, let me go through the comment. There are a lot of comments right here.
Yeah, you can drop question in the comments. Yeah.
So Zulfikar mentioned Imre mulai cemas. I think it was during the interview. Yeah, because I didn't know anything about C++. And that's the thing that I would like to emphasize with. So during the interview, probably the interviewer will have no idea as well about what you're trying to do or probably about the syntax. So they just try to look, I don't know about the thing. Probably if I ask you backtrack problem and that kind of thing, probably I don't know the solution yet. So, and I think that's fine because what we would like to expect is we expect that you can collaborate. You can teach me how to solve it, and then let's solve it together. So I think I have to admit it because I don't know much about C++, and I was afraid I cannot help you that much at the time. But yeah, kudos to Mas Ainun for raising his children well and directing towards their own passion. Save what he did to all of his children. So what he did, and Dzuizz is a great example. Yeah, I think Mas Ainun, give us probably some one or two or three things that you did to your kid. How you encourage them to learn.
Maybe
Actually,
you should ask Dzuizz that.
yeah. Dzuizz, what's your opinion? What your father did to you to encourage you learning?
Um, Specifically competitive programming or
Yeah,
everything,
anything.
anything. Well, my father just gave me the fundamentals, like there is this, it gives this, it makes that, like that, and he just asked me to find out the rest.
Okay, so
And
how did you figure out what to learn? What is the next thing that to learn, or probably what's the rest? How did you figure it out?
usually I'll
Okay.
ask him a lot of times just to know what, definitely know what uh, I need to know. And if he doesn't know, if he somehow doesn't know, then I will just look up on Google.
Uh, why why don't you just look up on Google at the first place before asking him?
Because my father gives better explanation than Google.
That's a good answer. Okay.
So just to add, right, when children ask question, parents have two options. One is, and especially when parents are tired
Yeah.
or lazy, right? Just give the answer. So that's the easy, lazy way of handling children's question. But that's not gonna allow them to learn more. So if you're not tired, the right way is to give some hints on how he or she can find the answer him or herself. Because if they can find the answer themselves, then it will stick in their mind much longer,
Mm.
and in the process as well they learn something else as well. So it's not easy, but there is the choice that every parents have to make,
Yeah.
and including when the parents don't know the answer, right, we have to find the answer together.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a question from Mas Zain. Uh, let me add. Is it possible? Wait. As for Pak Ainun, do Dzuizz learn math at early age? If do, how do you encourage it?
Actually, we all learn math in since early age, right? We are taught since very early days, like how to count,
Mhm.
and at the minimum, whether something is more or less than something else, right? Something is bigger, smaller. There is already a math, right? That's the fundamentals of things in mathematics, arithmetics specifically. So I think it's not about whether we learn math from early age or not. We have to. Is the question is more about, do we learn it in the right way, in a fundamental way that they can build upon it?
Mm.
Do they learn it in a fun way that they enjoy and excited and encouraged to learn more? Or you know, do they understand also? Do they understand the key principles, the fundamental first principles of getting there, right? Yeah, because otherwise it's just okay, I have a problem and I know if I see that exact same problem with different numbers, I know how to answer it because I have the formula or I know the step by step. But when the problem is posed in a very different way, it's a story problem, it's a word problem, it's twisted just a bit, or one or two things are now hidden or missing, can they figure that out, right? So most of the time, especially in Indonesian style of teaching math, yeah, unfortunately,
Mhm.
it is too structured. It follows exact predictable pattern such that even bimbel, yeah, there is a big industry on that, predicting the pattern and how to deal with the patterns, right? So it's like it's that predictable.
Yeah.
But in Singapore math, I mean, thankfully, it's not like that. Singapore math have story and word problems from the beginning. So you actually have to understand the concept and the fundamentals. Otherwise, you will be stumped with the question, with the problem statement. Yeah, I do hope we all can share the learning, the joy of learning math since early age.
Yeah. Thank you, Mas Ainun. Oh, I almost forgot. So Dzuizz has a YouTube channel. So I think I already put the link to the description on this video or live stream. So feel free to subscribe it. Subscribe now, 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 now. So feel. So Dzuizz, tell me what are you gonna do with the YouTube channel?
Um, to be decided.
To be decided. But you already decided the name, right?
Yeah,
I set up the name.
Oh.
yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Okay. So there's. I think let's take this last question. So I think it's for Dzuizz. Other than coding, so what are other things that make you interested?
For me, I think I love things that require me to think. For example, puzzles and other things, logical books like that. And other than coding, I also like science experiments.
I see.
I do with my brother. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't like something fun like sport, music, and that kind of thing, like what
Sport,
Zulfikar mentioned here.
sports, sports. I like, but I am not able to do it. Like it's fun, but I get very tired when I do even a little to the point where I faint.
Okay. 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 Cool. So yeah, I think that's it. I think I don't have any more questions. Let's take a look into this one first. Oh, there are some other questions actually that I haven't scrolled yet. Uh, the question, I think this is interesting question. So, what are the tips to make teaching math and logic fun for young people? I think it's supposed to be for Mas Ainun. What do you think, Mas?
Is it for me or Dzuizz? You wanna take this, Dzuizz?
Okay. So yeah.
How do you make learning math and logic fun?
Hmm. How do I make math and logic fun for young people? That's a good question. Mm, maybe like what my dad said earlier, just now, but twisting the problem
Okay.
into something fun and engaging.
Okay.
Or actually, it depends on the person. Like, if the person likes music, for example, you could make it as if like it's making a song, but then it's somehow related to math. So it's what they like, but it's also teaching them something else, right?
I see. So it's like, so I saw someone I think in Twitter, he created music with AI and TensorFlow and that kind of thing. So I think you can also find the relation between what you like and then what's fun, right? So I think yeah, that's interesting answer. Thank you, Zeus. Mas Ainun, you want to add?
Yeah, I think making things fun in essence is actually the same. It's not just about math, logic, everything in life. It's just human nature. We love to do things or we love something if we immediately see the reward. This is the concept of gratification, right? The concept of gamification, gratification. So you need to see the rewards. The rewards can be intrinsic. So, for example, Dzuizz have an intrinsic reward. If he's able to solve a puzzle, he's happy. If he's able to solve a math problem, he is happy. Put it simply, right? He is happier, and it is more fun for him solving a coding problem compared to, let's say, making a smash in the badminton court, right? For some other people, it could be the opposite, right? It is more fun to smash your friend using badminton racket than actually solve a math problem. So there is a sense of gratification, intrinsic gratification in this case, but it can also be artificial that parents create for their kids. And there are so many different ways to motivate, right? It could be because it's just fun. So, hey, if you do this correctly, then we'll have playtime and more fun. If you want to learn coding with me, then we'll have fun bonding time, father and kids together. If you want to learn badminton together with me, we will have fun bonding them together and things like that. So it's artificially created or provided by the parent, but the essence is the same. There is an immediate reward, and the reward has to be immediate. Yeah, if the reward is too long, then it's less likely to become a motivation. There is this framework very good, maybe good for another time as well, but total motivation. It's called total motivation. It's probably patented or trademark. You can Google it. And the theory there, the framework there are 6 different reasons for motivation. 3 of them are positive and should be encouraged. The other 3 are negative, so should be discouraged.
Okay.
The first 3 that are positive is play, purpose, and potential. Play, purpose, potential. What does it mean? Someone can be motivated to do something, in this case learning math or logic or learning anything, yeah, learning sports. If one, he or she thinks it's fun, so it's play.
Okay.
Or 2, he or she believes in the potential. Oh, if I'm able to learn soccer very well, I may be able to become the future Messi, or I may be able to become the future Ronaldo. It's a potential, right? I may be able to win this. I may be able to make my parents proud, or I may be able to make myself proud. It's potential. And then play, and then purpose, right? Someone can be motivated. Oh, I am motivated to volunteer in Kawal COVID-19 because it serves a purpose. I want to help Indonesian nation fight the pandemic and the infodemic that comes with it, right? So play, purpose, and potential. The other 3 are less encouraged, but it is in reality how people tend to motivate themselves and others. One is economic pressure. So I am motivated to do this job because I get salary at the end of the month.
Okay.
Right? I am motivated to do better because I will get promoted if I do better, and promotion means I get
Money.
higher salary. Or I am motivated to do this because my parents will buy me ice cream after this. So that's economic pressure. So it's less encouraged, but it actually works in some sense. And then another pressure is emotional pressure. Emotional pressure is like including peer pressure, for example, right? So all my friends are learning coding. I'm the only one at class that doesn't learn coding yet. So there is an emotional pressure, peer pressure coming. Or my parents will be so disappointed of me and so unhappy of me if I fail my exam. So that's an emotional pressure, right? Or I have to eat this vegetable because there are children starving somewhere in another continent, right? My parents told me,
Mhm.
right? So that's emotional pressure. And the third, the final one is inertia, motivation to just stay inert. So because human are inherently lazy, so we are actually motivated to not change anything about ourselves. So that's inertia. It's actually holding us back from moving forward or becoming better. So these 6 things, right? 6 motivations. 3 of them are great. We have to utilize and maximize this: play, purpose, potential. And the other 3 are more of pressures and should be discouraged. economic pressure, emotional pressure, and inertia. The pressure of remaining the same.
Okay, I think it's really good. I hope we can have another podcast discussing about this, Mas Ainan.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I actually really want to see the ayahcerdas.id
Yeah,
help
sorry.
live.
It's been a year or 2 years since then.
Yeah, yeah. I hope I will keep I will keep waiting for it. So I
Yeah,
think
that's the idea.
yeah, I think we are running out of time. So I think Dzuizz, thanks once again to have this session. I think it was fun, and then I really hope that you get the best for your future. I think what you did and then what your father did is really inspiring all of us. So I hope Mas Ainun keep sharing about what you do with the kid and then everything. Thank you so much for sharing that. So yeah, I think thank you everyone for coming to this station. So yeah, I hope we can see another mock interview or probably more other contents from this channel if I'm not lazy. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Right.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Imre, for having us.
Yeah. Okay.